Okay, the first thing we're going to detail is this ring in here. Now you can see that these are actually cut out of this metal ring that goes all the way around. And I'm going to take a little bit and talk about this because this is actually one of the harder things that we're going to be doing if you want to make it look good. So first you're going to do some quick math. So you got to count up these rings. You can see that there are 7 of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on each of these 3 sides, and then you're going to assume that one of these cutouts is hidden under this little metal piece right here. So you're going to have 8 of 3 sides, you're going to have 24 all the way around. Okay, now you do some quick math on that, you realize that you're going to have one of these cutouts every 15 degrees. Okay, that's important. So the first thing you're going to do is go ahead and add a circle, and we'll go with 16 for this. Not going to fill it. Rotate it on the X axis by 90, bring it down, and I think 16 should be fine considering how small these cutouts are going to be. Alright, now the important thing here is, yeah, it doesn't line up with this perfectly, but it does line up with this perfectly. And that's really what's important. So, get the top and bottom right. Excuse me. Now we're going to extrude these edges in just a little bit, and this is going to allow us to have a beveled quality to these holes later on. Eliminate the extra vertices that we don't need. Duplicate it. Control M, Z. Grab it and bring it down. Okay, and there you have your cutout. Now when you do this, we're going to go back to the 3D cursor here. Duplicate it, rotate it 15 degrees. Again, it doesn't line up perfectly, but it will be completely self-consistent when it goes all the way around. It'll look really good. So that works out. Okay, so we have some idea of how that's going to work. But the trick is to get these things inside of a smooth circle with all connected vertices without having any jagged, funky looking edges. And that's actually kind of a challenge, and I'll show you guys how we're going to do that. I've already worked out the math on this, so I'm going to go ahead and delete this actual ring that we made first. I'm going to add in a new one, a new circle, that's going to have 48 sides. And it'll become obvious why we're going to use 48 sides here in a minute. So we're going to scale this down to the outside. Right there. That's good. So what we want to do is build something that contains this cutout. So first thing I'm going to do is go in here. Let's see. This edge. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so we want this thing to be part of this, so we're going to go Control J. Get rid of that. Alright. And now what we're going to do is sort of painstakingly go through and build this into this. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 lines I need here. 3. I'm just going to do one of these. And this doesn't look like good geometry, but it won't matter because you won't see it. That's actually better than this one, but that's fine. We'll just build the other one. You could duplicate it and flip it, but it won't take that long. Okay, there you go. Now as it happens, these are already at the exact same point on the y-axis, but if they weren't, you could select everything and go scale y 0 if you'd made perhaps this part a little bit above or below the ring. Actually, we have added a lot of extra geometry down here at the bottom this way. So what I'm going to do is get rid of these edges, so we don't need them. And then you can actually just, what I'm doing is just deleting these edge loops that we don't need in the circle. And if I do it this way, I don't need any extra rings that create more faces, more vertices, just to save a little bit of memory. Okay, there we go. So the next thing that we're going to do is, let's see, get rid of those. Make sure you're still on your 3D cursor here, and we're going to rotate everything by 15 degrees. Now these vertices exactly line up. So we'll duplicate both of them, we'll rotate by 30, duplicate them again, rotate by 60, okay, and there you go, that's your rings. Now we have duplicate vertices on all of these, so I'm just going to select everything, go down here, remove doubles, 48. Alright, and so we've got not quite a thousand faces. And we have our ring there. It's pretty good. So the next thing I'm going to do is we'll just extrude this down. I can't really see it, but it's a pretty thin ring, so we'll just kind of eyeball it like that. There we go. Okay, so I guess I really should have done this next part first. Before I duplicated and rotated everything. Save me some time. But I'm just going to select these inside edges, because you really couldn't bevel this, because it wouldn't know what to do with these weird sort of polygons that we've made. We wouldn't get a good bevel. So we're just going to kind of manually bevel it by scaling these edges on the y-axis. Okay, that's good. So go in here and I'm going to hit scale Y. Whoops. Just kind of bring them down like that. Alright, so I'm going to set this as smooth, and then I'm going to add an edge split. Let's see. You can change this angle here. There we go. Just had to flip all the normals. Okay, so that's pretty good. Again, it's not perfect. When you're up this close, you can see it's not quite a curve, but I think we got a pretty good balance between detail and polygon count on that ring. So the next thing we're going to do is we haven't actually beveled these edges. So we'll just go up here, grab this, oops, maybe move that down a little bit. Okay, so scale, shift Y. Just a little bit of a beveled edge on the outside. It's probably not even noticeable. A little bit. It'll catch some light or something, it'll look better. And we're really not adding that many polygons to do it, so okay, and that's that inner ring.